What's up, everybody? Jay Fonzarelli here, and me and the rest of the crew are proud to present our newest sponsor, Depression Cologne. Because being depressed doesn't mean you have to smell like it.
Look at me, I'm depressed. Depression. Look at me. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves me. I'm a complete loser. Depression. Look at me. Smell me.
Order within the next 10 minutes to get 2 bottles for the price of 1 in just 5 easy payments of $59.99 plus taxes and delivery.
What's happening, YouTube? It's KMega405 live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamer. Now, this whole entitlement thing that I've been hearing lately all over again. Back in the days, a couple of years ago, there was this whole entitlement thing where people got free games. They felt that they was entitled. I always thought that was bullshit, right? But now it's a whole new type of entitlement type of talk coming up, and it's more aimed towards the Xbox brand than any other. You know, we all know that Xbox is under the most defined microscope. But when it actually comes down to what Nintendo does, what Sony does, they can get away with whatever. Like, to this day, I understand what Z's point when he says that Nintendo should be in with the big boys when it comes to power things. But, you know, even I say Nintendo is Nintendo. They do what they want. They have their style. So they get away with a lot of things, especially with the copyrights. If you show anything and they don't get a piece of the pie, they come after you. They have a horrible policy, but nobody seems to go directly at them about that. They kind of give them a pass. Oh, well, they just bring out cute little games. PlayStation's had the hacking. I mean, I just seen someone talk about that they lost $1,000, and pretty much PlayStation is not going to try to give them their money back. They're going to have to they got to go through the attorney route if they can afford one. They got to go through their bank if hopefully they have a bank that they have fraud protection, or if they have, if they got something, if they did it, if you with PayPal, I think you're absolutely cool with PayPal. That's the only thing that I use on Sony. I will never put my credit card information into another Sony product ever again in my entire life after what happened to me in 2010. So it's one of those things where, it has to be almost DEFCON 10 in order for them to get, anything noticed of what they do wrong. Anything else that they do, it gets talked about really quickly and then it's done. But then when it comes to the Xbox, anything and everything that they do is under a microscope, and nobody gives them the credit due. If they do something right, it's like, it's supposed to be expected. They're the richest company, or they're one of the richest companies around. And that's kind of bullshit. That's pretty fucked up, because if you really think about it, nobody should be able to get away with anything, not even Microsoft. But this whole entitlement talk, where you have people saying, well, this is not going to be this way. They don't have any type of games. They don't have this. Well, the Scorpio's not going to have every game in 4K 60. I mean, the PlayStation Pro doesn't have any games really going in native 4K anything. You know what I'm saying? They have maybe 1 or 2 indies, maybe a couple of old games that might get going 4K. But is that really checkerboarding, or is that native? And if it is, and if this system was paid to be a 4K capable system, shouldn't that be ridiculed and talked about? Shouldn't anything that with their policies of how they treat their customers, should that be talked about? Shouldn't that be up in the front instead of having on the front page, Xbox has no games? Which, that is an absolute lie. The more people that from PlayStation comes over and play on the Xbox, and they say, damn, you know what? This whole talking about that the Xbox has no games is a lie. Backwards compatibility was a joke. But then when Papa the Rapper comes up, then it's grace is praised. This is what the customer want. Oh, we want a new Crash Bandicoot for $40 fucking. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? We're for the players. But yet, if you're for the players, Why are you charging people for a PSN service that's second rate? There's a reason why PlayStation is better at single player experiences than they are with multiplayer, because their service is not totally reliable. While Xbox gets rewards damn near every year now about their service. They have the better service. That's why they can tout about being more multiplayer oriented. But then again, you have people that comes with this attitude saying, well, Xbox, they need more single player games. They need more single player experiences like PlayStation. They don't need to be like PlayStation. They don't need to be like Nintendo. There's a reason why there's a big three. And there's a reason to have all three consoles, because if you do love single player games, PlayStation is going to be that place for you. If you want multiplayer games, Xbox is going to be there for you. Only thing that I suggest is that Xbox brings the best of the best when it comes to the single player experience. I'd rather have less single player games than a whole slew of bullshit or garbage that I'm not gonna spend my time on. Plus, on top of that, when you want to get the system that's going to be the more powerful system of all time, going to show all these third-party games at a site that we have never seen, maybe even a few, PC guys that they want to tout and talk about their 4K machines, they might could brag about whatever. But you haven't seen a game built up with the cloud and all of these things that going to be built into a lot of these Xbox games that's going to be coming up. It's going to be a fantastic thing to see. It's going to be fantastic. But instead of us praising the innovation that Xbox is going for and trying to make everybody else follow suit, saying, look, we want to be challenged. Everybody else want to go another angle, and then they want to use the media, they want to use YouTubers, they want to use just typical trolls to come out and bitch and moan about everything. Who wants Phantom Dust? I do. Phantom Dust is cool. Nothing wrong with having an OG Xbox game, especially it doesn't look bad at all. Now, cutscenes, it doesn't look the best, but still, when you actually playing the game, you can see that they put some love into it. Who wants Voodoo Vince? Well, hell, I should tell you who wants anything that's in the PlayStation indie section. Garbage. Who wants any type of little hand gesture games that you milking a damn cow? There's going to be somebody that say they want that. So instead of bitching and saying what Xbox needs to do for you, you should be proud that Xbox is going around and doing the most innovative work in the gaming spectrum right now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take what PlayStation made a mess of with the VR and take it and make it right for the consoles. PlayStation should have had that thing cheap from the very beginning, but they wanted to be greedy. They wanted to give you all this hardware, less games, and everybody says it's okay. It's fine because it's PlayStation. Xbox is going to give you a better experience with VR, which is not something that I'm really caring about all that much. But if it's a better option and they give you, and it's an affordable, isn't that what all we ask for?
Wonderful.
In 4K DVD, watching movies in 4K, isn't that what you want? Isn't it that you want more options? I thought that's what we were all asking for. I think we need to check ourselves. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. Everybody have a good one.
In the studio, trying to calm your soul, looking at your manager. I think Chris a guy, man, I'll put you in the trunk with these soul whoop. Feel swimming in my shot. I'm so prolific with these scriptures, they might give me a Bible. Page 1, coming son, my medals.